I'm not a fan of like going viral with gimmicks and stuff like that. That's not me. Like that's just not me. I don't want to do that.
A hit record is like 2 minutes.
No, for sure.
What story can you possibly tell within a 2-minute track?
Song that I ever recorded, I'm gonna say was To Be Honest. It's a song called To Be Honest, and my friend Parisha, I always say Parisha, she gave me $200, and she was like, "Girl, go to the studio and record this
Parisha,
song."
who is Big Arie?
To be honest, when I made that song, it was about a man. They had me messed up. I'm not gonna much lie. He had me messed up, and I never forget. I was working at a call center at the time. Well, no, wait. Where was I? I heard a beat on YouTube.
Okay.
And I was riding in my car, and I was just like humming the melody. And then I went home, and I went in the bathroom, and, you know, I was just singing a song in the bathroom and recording myself, and then I posted on Snapchat.
A hit record is like 2 minutes.
No, for sure.
What story can you possibly tell within a 2-minute track? What is the biggest lesson that you have learned so far?
2026, I'm all gas, no break.
Welcome back to another episode of the Social Link Podcast. And I am very excited today. I'm thrilled. It's going to be a very, very good interview today. This interview is based on music. And the guest for today is a very special guest. I mean, we worked quite a few times, and she's very passionate about what she does. She's very passionate about her career. She takes that very seriously. I mean, from late night studio session to school drop off. She's a mom. She's a trailblazer. She's an extremely great singer. And I'm pretty sure she's heading towards acting. But born and raised in Miami, Florida, allow me to introduce Big Arie.
Hey.
Hi.
I love the intro.
You love the intro?
Getting better and better. I love it.
Right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you so much for having me.
It's wonderful. It was a great pleasure when I extended the invitation to you, and you quickly replied and said, "Yes, Specs, I'm gonna come out and support you." Thank you so much for coming.
Of course.
Thank you.
I didn't have a choice. Whenever I call you, you on point.
That's true too. I think that's one.
One hand gotta watch the other.
Excellent. I think that's one of the things about me too. If it's a good project, I'm all for it.
No, for sure.
Anything that has to do with being creative in a sense, I'm excited. I'm like, let's go, let's do it.
No, for sure.
Thank you so much for supporting the platform, and welcome.
Thank you.
You look very nice. You look very good.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Okay, thank you. Who is Big Arie? That's the question that's the $1 million question that everyone would like to know. In a sense, all in a nutshell, explain to us, because this platform, the Social Link Podcast, we have diversity of viewers and listeners, mainly Caribbeans. So I want to bring you into that world. Bring
me into the world.
Okay. Who is Big Arie?
Big Arie, she a girl from Miami, Florida. She trying to get there. She's a singer. She's a mother first, like you said. She's just a girl trying to get there.
Yeah.
Pretty much. You just navigate, learning along the way, messing up, fixing it, just all around just trying to figure it out. I'm a girl just trying to figure it out and trying to share my gift with the world.
Interesting. You sound very humble, but it's Big Arie still.
No, it's still B.I.G. now.
I like your humbleness. But yeah, so how's music in the industry right now? What's going on with that?
I tell people right now it's a weird time in the music industry. You know what I mean? I feel like at this point, you have to really, for me, I feel like, go outside of Miami, you got to really, because people are looking for a viral moment. I think this time it's like if you just an artist and you have talent, I feel like talent is just it's just not enough. Like how it used to be. Like back in the days, if you could sing down, you know, you in the record, you getting a record deal. But right now, I mean, it's not about that. You have to, you know, touch the people. That's why it's important for me to like come on your podcast. People have to get to know you. People have to fall in love with you, the person.
Nice.
And a lot of times people looking for a viral moment. So, you know, you can work really hard on music, but that's just scratching the surface. You really have to have people buy into you and who you are as a person. So right now, like for a lot of people that are creative and they just want to make the music, it's just not enough. So it's a hard time, I think, for a lot of people that are creative right now in music. I feel like it's content and it's waking up and it's having a camera around and taking a studio. It's not where you could just used to go to the studio and make the music. It's so much more that comes into it.
So it's all about content and content.
It's content. And some days you don't feel like making no content.
I feel you.
It's like I'm a singer. I want to sing.
You want to sing.
Or, you know, but it's really not about that anymore. You have to evolve with the times. I think it is. I feel like it's all a part of the game. You got to evolve and you got to figure out how to get seen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Without going into the grocery store and with a bikini on and dancing in the dairy aisle.
Yeah,
like,
because I've seen a lot of people, they have done the extreme just for that exposure, just to get a viral moment. Right.
And, you know, for me, I'm like, I'm not a fan of like going viral with gimmicks and stuff like that. That's not me. Like, that's just not me. I don't want to do that. So I just want to be my authentic self. I feel like right now with authenticity, that's the best thing that you can do. Just be yourself. Let people see you for who you are. And the people that like it, gonna like it. Right. And, you know, I feel like eventually people will come around. I'm just waiting for that time to come where it's not about a gimmick anymore and it's not about just like a viral song. You know what I mean? It's about it really get back to the talent and the craft and, you know, people really being creative and creating these hit records.
Hit records.
You know what I mean?
And you know, one thing I also noticed, songs has gotten shorter and shorter and shorter. Mm-hmm. They went from 4.5, 5 to 3. Now a hit record is like 2 minutes.
No, for sure.
What story can you possibly tell within a 2-minute track?
You know what? I feel like again, everything is because people want more. So I think the math behind that is they're gonna play it again and play it again and play it again. It's all about a money grab. It's not really about the actual talent anymore, or the actual craft or anything. Not saying that those songs are not great songs. You know what I mean? And it's some good ones, but some of them you want to hear it a little bit longer. It's like I wanted to hear more, but I think it's all a part of it. And I feel like I saw an artist talking about how their label wanted them to do shorter songs. It's like, I would love to do longer songs, but the labels are requesting shorter songs.
So that order come from above.
I'm thinking so.
Yeah, so basically, you know? Like, we need
shorter songs.
We're trying to go viral. Because
for sure.
I think streaming has a lot to do with that, too.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like it's all a part about the game with streaming. You know what I mean? It's about the money thing. It ain't really about the actual craft. And like, I have more to say. It's like, yeah, but we heard enough. Like, we need them to put it on repeat.
Wow.
I think that's what it's really about.
All right. So we already dive in really, really, very, very deep into this conversation. I know we get very, spaced out and zoned into the conversation. Mm-hmm. Let's scale back a little bit. When was that first time that you realized that you have that great voice, you have that talent to sing, to perform? Was it you that discovered that, or was it anybody else that was like, yo,
I think I realized I could sing very early on. Mm-hmm. Just, doing the regular kid thing, singing in the car with your mom.
Right.
And it's like, I sound like the lady on the radio. It was like one of them things, very early on. It was like, I sound similar to her. It don't sound bad. It was kind of one of those things. And I was just telling my mom earlier, I was always the kid that really didn't relate with other kids. So I had a godfather that I used to talk to on the phone all the time at a very young age, 4 and 5 years old. We sit on the phone. He loved music. And I sing to him on the phone, you sound good. He's like, you could sing. He's like, sing it again. And it's like, okay, I sound good. So then it's like when my family like, sing this for them. So it's like, okay, I could sing. Then that's when I knew after other people, you know, were telling me that I could sing. And, you know, very early on, he told me that, you know, I could sing. So it went from there.
Wow. So he instilled that into you. So you kind of like.
He kind of honed in on it. And we, you know, I talked to him often. So, you know, he kept me up on my toes about music. And that's how my love for music grew, like kind of through him.
Wow.
God rest his soul. But yeah.
Wow. Okay. God rest his soul. I'm sure he was a great man.
Yes, he was.
And those positive words that he spoke to you, still alive within you. That fire is still burning inside of you till this day.
No, for sure.
That's great. That's great. Do you remember the first song that you recorded?
The first song that I ever recorded, I'm gonna say, was "To Be Honest." It's a song called "To Be Honest," and my friend Parisha, I always say Parisha, she gave me $200, and she was like, "Girl, go to the studio and record this song." Parisha, her name is Parisha. Yeah, she was like, "Girl, here go $200 and go record this song."
Mm-hmm.
And that's the first time I went to the studio for real, and that's the first song I ever recorded and dropped it on SoundCloud.
So how was that feeling for you? Take me back. I'm trying to paint a vivid picture in my head. You have done a lot of karaoke in the car, just singing your butt off. In the shower, I'm sure, at home. But now you're in the studio. Take me back. I'm trying to paint that picture.
When I was in the studio, I really didn't know what I was doing. I just went in there. I told them I had a song, I had words, and I want to sing. And when I went in there, the guys that were in there, they were very helpful. And we knocked the song out, and they was like, "You can sing." Wow. That was kind of confirmation. They were like, "You can sing. This is good." And they were like very interested. I kept in contact with those people, and when I dropped the song, it was very exciting.
Nice.
Because I didn't know how people were going to receive it. And I got 1,000 streams, and back then it was like 1,000 streams was really good. 1,000 streams was really good, and I was excited about that. It's like people like it.
What year was that?
That was probably like 2018, I'm saying, when I dropped that song. That was like 2018.
So, what mood were you on to write a song called "To Be Honest"? Was it?
To be honest, when I made that song, it was about a man. They had me messed up. I'm not gonna much lie. He had me messed up, and I never forget. I was working at a call center at the time. Well, no, wait. Where was I? I heard a beat on YouTube.
Okay.
And I was riding in my car, and I was just like humming the melody. And then I went home and I went in the bathroom, and I was just singing a song in the bathroom and recording myself, and then I posted on Snapchat. And a lot of people were like, "Who sings that song? Where did you get that song from?" I'm like, "It's my song." But it wasn't a whole song yet. I had probably 6 lines that I had made, and I just sang it on Snapchat, and my Snapchat was blowing up. And then I tell people all the time, JT from the City Girl, she was like, you need to drop that. That sounds good, girl. You could sing. And she really was like the person that was really pushing me during that time to drop that song. And I did, and people liked it. And that was the beginning of people realizing that I could sing in Miami.
So she was a great inspiration as far as pushing you.
Yeah, I'll be honest. She really did. She was like, drop that. You could sing, girl. Stop being shy. What you scared of, girl? You could sing. Don't be dumb. Post this. That's how she was. So, she really did push me to want to, drop the record. And I dropped the record, and people received it well. So it was just from then, I just kept going with it.
Just kept going.
Yeah.
So this year, let's go back. Let's bring it to, concurrent. Your last record.
Mm-hmm.
Was it Valentine's Day that you dropped that record?
Yeah. Valentine's Day, I dropped my last
This is
single.
very abnormal. It's totally different than what you usually sing about.
Yes.
Let's talk about it.
So, I dropped the record on Valentine's Day. It was called Infatuated. And, at the time, I was just at a different space in my life. For the longest, I had been making her home music. That's what everybody knew me for, her home music. And at this time, I was just so happy. You know what I'm saying? I was completely in a different space. My head was completely in the clouds. And I wanted to think about it. You know what I'm saying? It was I'm tired of singing this her shit. I want to think about how I really feel and how somebody was making me feel. I feel like so many times I was bashing men. I can't stand them. I hate them.
Right.
And then when I found somebody that came in and he just was the best thing ever, I wanted to think about it. And I wanted to, show some love and make a song that he can appreciate and make a song that girls can sing their man, the ones that are doing good.
I get that, but how did the audience respond to that?
It was good and bad. I'm gonna be honest with you, because a lot of people was like, we want to hear that her shit. The people that's still in the her space, they wanted to hear her whole music.
That's what they into.
But then for me, it was like, yeah, but like, I'm just not in that mode right now. I just wasn't in that mode. And it's like, not to say that I would never be in that mode again. You know what I mean? Because things happen, niggas play games. But, at that time, I just wasn't in that mode. I wanted, at that time, I wanted people to give me a chance to evolve. Like, it's like, a lot of times I write about exactly what I'm feeling. So I wear it on my sleeve.
I mean, as you should, as an artist, you have to be in the creative space. Whatever the feeling is, whatever mood that you're in, that's what you should display.
So I feel like I want my audience to know, go on that ride with me. Go on the ride with me. Sometimes I hurt, but be happy for your girl when I'm doing good. I mean, and I'm feeling in love.
And it brings a lot of sense of creativity to on the surface, whereas you're not just bashing men all the time. Where you could, flip the switch and listen, another great song.
I feel like it's also important. You could think about the men that's not doing well, but I feel like it's important to really, give, props to the men that's doing the right thing. Get a good guy some credit sometimes. We can't always just, bash them. When they doing good, we got to get the ones,
Exactly, absolutely.
Give a girl something to think about for the men that's doing the right thing. You know what I mean?
How's the support from home, from Miami? How they reciprocate? I mean, how's the love? How they receive the message?
I'm gonna say,
how's the love in Miami? I need to know. I would love to know.
It's what I'm gonna say. It's mixed. Miami is a place. One thing about my city, I love my city. I would never choose to be from anywhere else. But one thing about my city, we don't jump on it first. Mm-hmm. They got to see other people liking it, because when you they got to see the outside, and then it's like, okay, it's okay to fuck with her. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times in Miami, everybody, they think they bigger than the program. You know what I mean? That's just how it is. Everybody bigger than the program here. Like, everybody feel like they're a celebrity. They don't care about nothing. One thing about Miami, y'all see a celebrity, they look right. Like, I'm here too.
But that's how we are. To it.
That's how we are, and that's just that's my city. That's how we are. And it's like, even I tell people all the time, I don't even like to go to concerts in Miami like that. I like to go to concerts different places where I can really be a fan. Because people in Miami, they'll be at a concert, they're like, entertain me. It'd be like, yeah. It's like, you clap your hands. You raise your hands.
You got it.
That's how Miami is. And I love my city, and I want to put on for my city regardless.
Right.
Whether they support me, whether they give me the love, I feel like no matter what, I'm doing this for my city. I'm gonna put my city on the map, because I feel like there hasn't been a R&B singer that really has done it since Betty Wright. You know what I mean? She is the legend. Right. It hasn't been done since then. And I feel like I want to be the person for the new era to come in and really, put on for my city. And I want to be the person that reach back. I want to be somebody that when I get on, I'm going to look back and I'm going to reach back for people for real. Like, I'm going to show people how you really do it. You know what I mean?
That's a huge and very important task.
No, of course. I tell people all the time, like, when I pray, I ask God bless me so I can bless other people.
Right.
Because I want to, break that stigma around, like, Miami, they crabs in the bucket, they don't help each other. Like, I'm gonna reach back for other people, and I'm gonna show people, like, there are people that actually care and want to see other people make it. You know what I mean? It's room for everybody in the game.
You think a lot of artists from Miami that made it big, you think they don't reach out as much to the underdogs? Or
I feel like people are
Speak your mind, Arie.
They selective. People are selective. They do what they can. They do what they can. I feel like they could do more. You know what I mean? They could do more, but, I love them too. Regardless. I love everybody. People do what they can at the same time. It is what it is.
They are selective.
They selective. And they.
In what sense? Like homeboy, homegirl, or I know you, I grew up with you, or you have to do something for me to do something for you?
It's a little bit of everything. It's a little bit of everything. You know, people just select, they do what they want to do. But, you know, me, if I see talent and I recognize somebody that is working hard and somebody that actually, I could hear it and I could see it and I'm like, oh, you know, I wouldn't mind reaching back and helping people and, you know, doing what I can to see people, you know, make it. I wouldn't mind mentioning people names when they in rooms, when I'm in certain rooms, or I'm around certain people. Like, oh, check this person out. I do it all the time. I'm still, for me, you know, some people are like, oh, you know, you this and that. I ain't where I want to be at. I'm gonna be clear about that. But wherever I can, I have, you know, made connections and I have met certain people. I don't mind mentioning people names in rooms.
Right.
You know, some people, they won't. They'll say, oh, any R&B singers from Miami? And a person will act like they ain't hear you. Right. You know what I mean? But for me, I'm going to always mention people name. I'm going to always give them
props.
Yeah. You know, and that's just, you know, just what I'm going to do. I'm going to just keep it 100. I'm going to do it a little different. I'm going to show people how you can really do it.
The music industry is kind of like different right now. Mm-hmm. What is the biggest lesson that you have learned so far? You know, something that kind of caught you, you know, blindsided you, and you're like, whoa, I wasn't expecting.
The biggest lesson that I've learned is that the music business is the music business. You know what I mean?
Let's talk about it.
And that in business, you can't have a lot of emotion. You can't feel like people your friend.
Because it's business.
It's business. And one thing that I realized was, like, when you have to really pay attention and you can't move off of emotion. And that's one thing that I had to learn, and that's one thing that I used to do. I used to move off of emotion. And I'm telling you, if something went wrong, I used to be so mad because I want it so bad and I'm so passionate about this and this is my life and this and that, and you know, that's how I used to be. And I learned
passionate about it.
I learned that you can't be that way, because a lot of times you can ruin opportunities for yourself. You can really put a bad taste in people's mouths when they think that you being a diva or you're just a bratty. And it's like, no, I love this shit. Like, this is how I want to make it. And I feel like there are people that will step on you, and you have to always learn to just, you know, put your poker face on and have
tough skin.
Have tough skin, and, you know, sometimes say okay when you don't even feel like it's okay, or say okay, no problem. Smile even inside when you crying. You know what I'm saying? That's hard. And I feel like in life in general, yeah. I feel like just not in music, but in life in general, I've learned to not move off of the emotion. And when you learn that, I feel like that's key. It's so much power in self-control.
Right.
And I feel like a lot of people don't understand that it's so much power in being able to not let a person get you out your body. Right. You know what I mean? Just if somebody upsets you and you able to control it in that moment, people don't understand how much power is in that.
Right. And
so that's one of the biggest things I learned in this game. And not to mention, learn the business.
And which leads me to the next question. How important it is to know about contract, publishings, and royalties and stuff like that?
That's everything. You have to learn that first.
Right.
Because this is a crazy game. It's a dirty game. And, you know, I feel like in the beginning, I had been taken advantage of so much. As far as having music streaming and never seeing $1 for years. Never seen $1. And it's like not knowing how to really register my music, how to really, you know, get your BMI set up or any of that. Not knowing the ASCAP and things like that. It's so important to learn the business and read your contracts. And, you know, it's the little things. A person say, oh, come to the studio, let me pay for your studio set. You can't be doing that stuff. You have to learn the business. You have to learn.
So when somebody tell you, oh, come to the studio, I'll pay for the studio session, who owns the master?
Whoever paid for that session. And that's how it goes. And, you know,
and that's what's been on the media a lot lately. Everybody's fighting for their masters. But when you first started, somebody was paying for all those studio sessions. So now the artist got real big.
And you know what? It's like sometimes you can't. What I've learned too is not to move off desperation.
Mm.
You know, because sometimes you wanna sing. It's like I just want to sing. And that's it. You get what I'm saying? It's like, don't come to the studio. I got you. I'm gonna pay for everything. Don't worry about it. And sometimes you think somebody helping and they really hurting. You know what I mean? So in this game, you have to be very careful. You have to learn. You have to use your spirit of discernment. You have to pray. You have to ask God to really open your eyes and to show you who's for you. And sometimes all business ain't good business. If somebody moving a little shicey, sometimes it ain't even worth the headache. You know what I mean? So you have to pray. First and foremost, pray. Ask God to surround you with the right people that can actually help you, and people that actually have your best interests, for sure.
Well, have you ever had let's just say, for example, major collaboration, or have you ever had anybody like contact you and just they want you to change your image to fit into a certain song, or anything like that? Yeah.
I mean, I've had people suggest and tell me, you need to do this, you need to do it that way, you need to do it this way. You know, I've had people suggest things, and sometimes if you say no, it's the problem. Sometimes if I've had been in all type of situations, but one thing about me, I've always been very passionate. I'm gonna use the word passionate, and like I've had a strong mind, like from the beginning. You know what I mean? It's like, no, although sometimes I didn't handle the situation in the best way, I always knew that there were certain things I just didn't want to do.
Right.
And certain things that I was not going to do.
I mean, even right now, we're having this conversation, and you sound very passionate. Mm-hmm. Two important questions. If you can go back from that first session in the studio, what would you have done differently? That's the first question.
To be honest, because it's almost, to be honest, at that first studio session, what I would have done differently, I would have promoted more. I didn't understand, promoting and really networking. I didn't understand anything. It was just happening quickly, and I was meeting people, but I didn't understand, how important it is to just promote your music, keep going, like keep moving, keep, pushing forward. I didn't understand that, but I don't want to say I regret anything, because I feel like my journey is very important. Everything that I've been through, all the hurt that I've experienced through my journey with this whole music thing, I feel like it was necessary for me. So when I finally do get to where I want to be, I feel like I'll value it that much more.
Right.
You know what I mean? I feel like I've learned so much. I've been through so much. I was a hurt hoe for real. Not just by these niggas. I was hurt. Like, things were happening that were hurting me. And it's like, all I'm trying to do is provide a great life for my daughter and to sing. And that's all I know how to do. That's what I know how to do well. Be a mother and sing. And that's what I'm trying to do. And, along the way, a lot of things happen. And, it is what it is. But I don't regret anything. I think it's all a part of my journey. And it is what it is.
Wonderful.
I've learned a lot.
That's excellent. I love that response. I love it. Now, for anyone that's like watching this episode, what advice would you give an upcoming, a new artist that's trying to get it, that's trying to break through, that has not even been in the studio? What piece of advice that is very key, that's very important, would you give them?
What I would give? The advice I would give is, number one, you got to be consistent. Don't give up. You have to be consistent, because there are days when I feel like, is this going to happen? Am I wasting my time? Mm-hmm. And I know that's just the devil. That's a trick of the enemy. And I feel like you have to be confident in yourself. Not fake confidence, like really confident in your gift, and consistent. Just be consistent no matter what. Like, sometimes I take breaks, but I know if I don't do it, it's not going to happen. But as long as I'm consistent, I keep going, it might happen.
So you take...
But it's going to happen. But I'm saying you never know. You know for sure it's not going to happen if you don't do it. You get what I'm saying? If you don't keep pushing forward, you know it's not going to happen. But if you keep pushing forward, it's always that possibility. And for me, I know it's going to happen, because I'm not going to give up until it happens.
Right. So when you do take breaks, is that to go off and then trying to like get your mental health situated, or
Absolutely.
is it okay?
It's definitely one of those things when it comes to mental health. I think breaks are important because sometimes you have to just get back grounded. You gotta give it a break because social media could be a lot. These days, social media is like, it's so much negativity on social media. It's more positive. I mean, it's more negative than positive on social media. And sometimes I feel like I don't want to see all that.
Right.
And sometimes I don't want to see mean comments. Sometimes you got to disconnect and, pray and get grounded and, just come back and reset. Because I feel like I can reinvent myself as many times as I need to. As many times as I need to until I get it right. Go back to the drawing board. Come back. That's how I feel. So those mental breaks are definitely important.
Definitely important.
For sure.
Are you inspired by any artists?
100%.
Dead or alive? Top 3, top 5.
I'm going to say, of course, the GOAT, Beyonce.
Okay.
And for so many obvious reasons. I feel like Beyonce is just she is the status quo. Beyonce is what I say, I'm trying the word I'm looking for. What's the word I'm looking for? Beyonce, she's just what everybody should strive to look at. As an artist, you want to look at the greatest.
Right.
You know what I mean? And when you're looking at Beyonce,
you want to be great, you study greatness.
You study greatness. And I feel like Beyonce has proven, you know what I mean, over and over that she's just the best of the best.
Right.
So I'm always inspired by Beyonce. I'm inspired by how she even now she's still learning and perfecting the craft in country, rock. She just never stops. She's always evolving and evolving. And I love that about her. And she's so involved in every aspect of music. Like, I just love that about her. Work ethic is unmatched. So 100%, I'm definitely inspired by Beyonce. I'm inspired by who else?
Dead or alive now.
Dead or alive. Inspired by. I love Jasmine Sullivan too. I love Jasmine Sullivan for her writing ability because I love to write music and I love to be able to express myself through music, and I love the way that she does that in a way she has a song called Best Pussy in the World. And when people hear Best Pussy in the World, but the way she sings it, it's almost like she's singing a love song. It's like, I love her.
So the delivery, the metaphor.
Her delivery, the way that she put it. I just love Jasmine Sullivan's writing ability. And, I'm always trying to just sharpen my pen because I want to be one of the best writers. I love that about her. And another person that I'm inspired by, I'm going to give a guy something. I'm going to give it to a guy. Right now, Leon Thomas, I'm just loving Leon Thomas.
That's a good one.
He is just a machine. Like, I mean, everything about him, his vocal ability, his writing skills, everything about him. I love Leon Thomas's music. And when I listen to his music, I definitely feel inspired by it. And it's like, I hope to God I can work with him one day.
Which was going to lead to my next question. Dream collaboration. Who would you say? Top
Beyonce,
3.
Let's take Beyonce out of this. Beyonce aside. You know what? My dream, I would love to work with Leon Thomas. I would love to work with Tim's. I love Tim's. I would love to work with some of the girls. Mona Leo right now, I love Mona Leo and everything that she's doing. I think that she is so talented, and I'm so ready to see her career just catapult. You know what I mean? Right. She's one girl I want to. I know you said 3, but
you could keep going.
I want to keep going. Like, who else? I would love to work with Lotto, Cardi B. Who else? I would love to work like the rap girlies. I would love to work with them. Of course.
Bring it back home. Who would you like to work with here?
Here, I really work with everybody. Already.
Yeah.
Trina, City Girls, Ball Greasy, Tierra Trinice, I did.
I see you and JT on the track.
Me and JT? Yeah, of course. I actually have a song I think that we would do sound crazy on. But I did a song with them before.
Yeah, but
So I'm saying like, who like that I did do a song with? I did a song with Kiddo Marv. Like for home, I think if we talking Florida, Raw Wave for sure. I would love to do a song with Raw Wave. If we talking Florida, Raw Wave. Yeah, I would like to do something with Raw Wave. I think we can make something happen.
all right, Rod Waves,
Yeah.
make it happen.
Yeah, let's do it.
So we learn about your great inspiration.
Dolce.
She's very different.
Different, yes.
Outgoing, very unapologetic.
Right.
Dolce is Dolce.
Dolce is that girl. I love Dolce. I love her too. I'm inspired by her too. Like the way she's just different and like her mind. Her mind is beautiful. So I love Dolce.
You know who she remind me of?
Who's that?
Well, I think Janelle was more like reserved, but as far as the eclectic, as far as the wardrobe, Janelle Monáe,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
over the top.
Yeah.
Wardrobe crazy.
Yeah. The Janelle Monáe is definitely stylish.
They don't have any resemblance.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think so. But it's like every
get
time I
what
see
you're saying.
Dolce, it's like I'm like
Yeah, she's
very
not scared to push the
outgoing.
envelope.
She's not scared to push the envelope.
Nah, I like that about her.
So, in the studio, before you write a song, before you lay down a verse, do you start with emotions, melody, or you listen to the beat over and over and over?
Usually when I go to the studio, I'm going through the beats. I find one that catch me, and then we going right into melodies.
Nice.
I go right into melodies, and then sometimes I get on there, I lay a bunch of melodies, and then I'm going in, and if a word pop out, I start with the word. You know what I mean? And I just go from there. Whatever I'm feeling, I just go from there pretty much.
Okay.
That's my process.
Let's talk about the business and branding.
Mm-hmm.
Would you ever consider starting your own record label? You ever think about it? Or is that important nowadays?
No.
No?
I don't want my own record label. I want people to, strive to be independent, of course, but I don't think that's something I want to do. Start my own record label? No.
No.
Something I would love to do, love to get into acting. I found like a new love for that this year. So acting for sure. Acting for sure. That's something I would like to do. Products too. Like there are some products I don't even want to say, but there are some products that I want to get into making, and it might shock some people, but I don't want to say what it is though.
Well, that's my next question here. I don't know how you're gonna respond to that. What is one business move that you're most proud of behind the scenes of music, of what you have posted online?
100% my podcast.
Okay.
My podcast is one thing that I was actually very proud of, and it was doing really well.
Nice.
And I'm going to have new episodes coming soon.
Nice.
The podcast was tripling in numbers, and I was seeing people that was like, keep doing the podcast. When the next episode come? So I'm like, people really received the podcast really well, and I want to keep going with that.
I mean, podcasting is very important right now. I have a friend. He has been doing podcasting for, I would say, over 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when he first started, I'm like, don't nobody gonna sit down and talk to you.
Right.
And he kept going, and he blew up.
Right.
He's one of the top podcasters right now.
Uh-huh.
And especially now, in this day and age, 2025, everything is all about, yes, it's all about content, but at the same time, everyone has a message, everyone has a conversation, everyone would like to sit down and have, deep conversation and express how they feel about certain things. Mm-hmm. And I think we in a perfect time when it comes to podcasts.
Right.
I watched a couple of episodes of your shows, and you did very good.
Thank you so much.
Of course, you had on there.
Yanti.
Yeah. But yeah, it was very it was a lot of fun. It's like, y'all really hit me.
I feel like, again, that's where I was coming from as far as like the music situation. I feel like it's important for people to get to know you as a person.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that was like one of the reasons that I wanted to do a podcast, because I feel like sometimes I don't think I'm as open as I think I am. It's like, oh, what? It's like people don't really get to know my personality. So I feel like the podcast was the way that people could, you know, understand me, get to know my personality, any misconceptions, you know, we can straighten them out. You know what I mean? So I feel like the podcast was very important.
It's very important.
And that was the reason that I wanted to start a podcast.
Wow. That's very important. That's very informative at the same time. Before we get out of here, I have probably like 2 or 3 more questions.
Okay.
What would you like to leave behind as far as a legacy? When it's all been said and done, what's something that you want Big Arie to be remembered as?
A person that helps other people.
That's big.
I say that all the time. God bless me so I can bless other people. I want to change people's lives. I'm a person that I feel like a real boss is a person that help other people become bosses. You know what I mean? Help other people out, change people's lives, and you know, that's for me. I feel like that's what I'm most passionate about. That's what I really do it for. I want to change my family's lives, my daughter, of course, and just other people, help other people.
Nice.
For
Very
sure.
important. I mean, that sounds very generous of you. So what's next for you? Any project that you dropped this year that you're currently working on?
I'm in the studio right now. I'm still making music. I have so many singles that I don't know if I'm going to do a project, a single. I'm going to drop something soon. You know, but I have been working on so much music. The podcast is coming back.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to, you know, do some acting. So be on the lookout for me doing some acting. And, you know, of course, more performances, more collaborations. I'm going to do a lot of that stuff this year. 2026, I'm all gas, no brakes.
All gas, no
all
brakes.
gas, no brakes.
One last question before we get out of here.
Okay.
What's Big Arie's guilty pleasure?
My guilty pleasure. Let's see. I would say food.
Food?
Oh my God. Sometimes it gets serious too. Like, I love to eat. I love food. And even if I'm like, money-wise, I'll spend any amount of money on food. I don't want to, like, food is like the way to my heart.
Anything specifically?
Anything. I like everything. I love food. I'm just a big bag. Like, for real. Like, I like food.
Wow.
So I would say food is like really my guilty pleasure. And sometimes I think it's kind of bad. It's like, am I emotionally eating? Like, sometimes I feel like I'm eating emotionally. It's like if I'm sad, it's like I want food. It's like if I'm home, if I'm happy, it's like, let's go eat. It's like, I don't know if I'm eating emotionally or what. But again, that's something that I gotta stop because I gotta keep this body intact. You know what I mean?
Well,
as
long as you do it, you know, in moderation. You know,
I don't do it in moderation. I'm out of control. Yes, I'm out of control.
Well, Big Arie, it was a very, very, very huge pleasure.
Thank you so much.
And we got to bring you back sometime next year for part 2.
For sure, let's do it.
Where we dive deeper into the music.
And maybe you can come on Heart Girl Unfiltered.
I would love to.
Let's do it.
I would love to.
100%.
Definitely. Well, there you have it. Each and every week, we bring real people with real stories. Like, comment, subscribe. Social Link Podcast. Thanks for watching.